Welcome to the Virtual Techy, where we help people decode the future of tech and build AI businesses that run on autopilot. Before we go further, get yourself a pen and paper or get your notepad ready as we delve into today's topic. So today we're talking about a fundamental shift, a really huge change in how we fight financial fraud. Think of it less like an update and more like a critical system upgrade for your entire security mindset. We're calling it the 2026 Security Protocol. And let's be crystal clear about this. The fraud landscape you were used to, even just a few months ago, it's gone, wiped clean. Any strategy you had, any mental model for spotting scams, well, it's now a liability. The game has changed so much that playing by the old rules isn't just outdated, it's actually dangerous. So this is the new benchmark. This is the question you have to ask yourself. We're way past spotting a typo in a phishing email. The real challenge now is, can your defenses right now actually outthink an AI that was literally built to deceive them? Okay, so why are the old ways failing so spectacularly? Well, it's because most finance teams are basically running on an outdated mental operating system, you know? They're trying to solve a 2026 problem with 2024 logic, and the whole simulation is just glitching out because of it. I mean, just look at the mismatch here. It's almost comical. On your side, you've got the standard manual tools, things like three-way matching and static rules. And on their side, they have an arsenal. We're talking Gen AI voice cloning, deepfake vendors, and neural networks. It is a completely unfair fight. And here it is. This is the core of the problem. It's this foundational belief that a static, rule-based system can somehow still protect you. You know, setting a rule like flag all invoices over $10,000 for review. That's a relic. AI-driven fraud is specifically designed to operate inside those rules, making it completely invisible to your old system. And listen, this isn't just a theory. Gartner actually predicted that those traditional logic checks, the static rules we were just talking about, would fail to catch a staggering 80% of AI-driven attacks. And they were spot on. Just let that sink in. For every 5 sophisticated attacks, your old system is letting 4 of them sail right on through. This metaphor just says it all, doesn't it? You can be the world's best expert on padlocks, know every single detail, but that expertise means absolutely nothing when the thieves are showing up with laser cutters. We're not just facing a new tool, we're up against a totally different class of problem. Okay, so we have established the problem is huge, but let's not just dwell on that. It's time to upload the solution. Let's get into the 2026 Security Protocol. And remember, this is not a patch. This is a complete operating system upgrade for your security mindset and your infrastructure. So this new protocol, it's built on 3 core pillars. Number 1, adopt dynamic learning. 2, implement just-in-time or JIT prevention. And 3, build vertical defense. Let's break down exactly what each of those really means. First up, pillar 1. This is all about abandoning the dead end of static rules and embracing dynamic learning. What does that mean? It means your system stops looking for simple things like a dollar amount being too high and starts actively learning to identify complex patterns of behavior over time. The heart of this is something called anomaly detection. A smart system stops asking simple yes or no questions like, is this invoice over $10,000, right? Instead, it asks a much more intelligent question. Given everything we know, our payment history, this vendor's typical behavior, the time of day, does this request actually fit the established pattern, or is it a weird statistical outlier? It's all about context, not just simple rules. And that's the only way you're going to catch a smart threat that's designed to look normal. All right, pillar 2, this is all about timing. The old model of finding fraud, writing a loss report, analyzing it next quarter, that's a guaranteed way to lose. Recovery is obsolete. The only winning move now is to prevent the payment from ever leaving your accounts in the first place. So how do you do that? Well, it's achieved through a concept called a trust graph. I want you to imagine a living, real-time map of your whole financial ecosystem. It knows all the normal relationships, which employees approve payments to which vendors, how often, for how much, and using a special type of AI, it analyzes a new transaction the very instant it's created. If some new connection looks weird, like a familiar vendor suddenly using a strange bank account, it flags or blocks it before it can ever be executed. That is prevention, not reaction. And finally, our third pillar. Forget the compliance checklist. Seriously, that's just a false sense of security. Regulations are always playing catch-up. To be truly secure, you have to go deep. you need what's called vertical defense. So what on earth is vertical defense? Well, it's basically the exact opposite of a one-size-fits-all firewall. General security tools are pretty much useless against these targeted AI attacks. Vertical defense means you implement highly specialized tools that are experts in one specific high-risk area. Think about tools that only clean and verify vendor data, or systems that only do automated bank account validation. It's about building deep, narrow walls, not a wide, shallow fence that's easy to jump over. So let's just put it all together here. The old system was reactive. It relied on analysis after the money was already gone, and it was mostly based on just checking boxes for compliance. The new protocol is proactive. It's focused on just-in-time prevention, and it's built on a solid foundation of real data integrity. It is a complete paradigm shift. But look, this system upgrade isn't just about the technology. It also requires a personal upgrade from you too. It's about evolving your role from being a passive administrator, someone who just manages processes, to being an active guardian of your company's assets. And this table here really lays out the mindset shift you have to make. Your primary action needs to move from just checking things to actively predicting threats. Your timing has to shift from reacting after a loss to preventing it from ever happening. And your whole foundation, well, it moves from just hoping your data is clean to building systems that actively and continuously verify it. Ultimately, it all comes down to this one question. The rules of the game have been completely rewritten. The attacks are cheaper, they're faster, they're smarter than they've ever been before. So in this new reality, which role are you going to choose to play? The future of fraud defense is already here, and it's autonomous. The only real question left is whether you'll be. It's time to get to work upgrading your thinking and your systems. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe so the algorithm can recommend more of my content to you and other viewers as well.